This contest is scheduled for one fall. In the ring to my left, with his manager, Mr. Fuji, weighing 330 pounds, the Warlord.
Boy, that's a solid 332.
And his opponent, from New York City, weighing 235 pounds, Paul Roma.
Here comes Paul Roma going up against the Warlord. Tony Schiavone along with Lord Alfred Hayes coming to you from Duluth, Minnesota, where certainly young Paul Roma really has his hands full.
A big test for this young man. Paul Roma, he's a fine wrestler, a great athlete. He has tremendous leaping ability, and if he does manage to catch the Warlord with one of those devastating drop kicks that we know he is so good at, then it may be the demise of the Warlord. But just look at the Warlord. He looks so impressive. He's impregnable and powerful to boot.
Certainly locking up with a Warlord like that is not going to give Paul Roma any advantage at all, as the big man just threw him right away.
I must say that this man, the Warlord, impresses me more than any other wrestler in the World Wrestling Federation. I think that this man has everything within him to become a great, great champion.
A little nod or a bow toward Masa Fuji outside. And the big man, very methodical, but very, very productive. Rolling away, and a right hand, Paul Roma. A hit and a run, as you like to talk about, Alfred, and that's exactly what he did right there.
Now, he did that magnificently, too. Very, very well done by Roma, and that is what he's got to do.
Doing it again with a couple of right hands. But if you take a look at the end result, basically, it just staggered the big man. That's all it did.
That's all it did. You're absolutely right. They were two really good roundhouse right hands by Paul Roma, but that man is so huge, so tremendous. He absorbed all that punishment, but in the end, it may begin to tell.
Once again, Roma ducked out of the way and then hit the Warlord along the left side of the head. They tie up again, and once again, the Warlord will push Paul Roma back. You have to wonder how many times can Roma escape from this. He does it again, moves and hits one more time. So Paul Roma now using the right strategy, hitting the Warlord, a leapfrog. The Warlord hit the turnbuckle, and Paul Roma with the right hands to the side of the head, other side, and he meets that right foot right straight up in the air. It went right to the face of Paul Roma.
He threw caution to the winds there. He was doing so well. It was a magnificent way he was conducting his campaign, and then just that small lapse, he really thought he had Warlord staggered and stunned and within inches, you could say, of defeat. But no, the Warlord, it takes more than that to put him out.
It really does. Basically picking up Roma, manhandling him right to a neutral corner, slamming his back to the turnbuckles, and now he'll Irish whip him to the other side. Roma tried to reverse him, but the Warlord would not go. He shot him back into the same corner and then to the 12 on the back of the neck.
And that was a beautiful, quick move that the Warlord executed there. I rather like that. That heavy weight he has, 330 pounds, assisted him, and of course that enormous strength did as well, and that backward clothesline, what a great move.
You know, those Irish whips to whatever side of the ring, Alfred, certainly are based on momentum. Certainly if you weigh 333 and you want to stop, you can stop.
Yes, indeed.
And that's exactly what happened on that exchange. But right now, the bear hug around the small of the back, and you can see that Roma's in a lot of pain. He may try to pry himself away from it, but that would not be the right move because that man is a powerful man.
He is indeed, and you can only imagine what crushing pressure there is there on the lower rib cage of Paul Roma as the Warlord exerts every ounce of pressure he can muster.
A good look at the Warlord and a very good look at the hands and arms around the small of the back of Paul Roma around that bottom of the rib cage. And Roma with his hands up near the head now, the Warlord may try to just poke an eye or two here and try to get his way out of it, and that's exactly what he's going to do. And he went right to the eyes. The Warlord got away, but the Warlord is not away enough because he picks him up and slams him down. Some quickness, Roma rolled out of the way, but the Warlord is relentless. Oh, that time he hurt himself.
He did indeed, and Roma, you've got to take your hat off to him. He's a young man, a gritty young man with a lot of courage, and he hung in there and weathered that storm where the Warlord had that crushing bear hug on him. And look at Roma, he's doing exceptionally well now.
Well, a high-risk maneuver. He's going to try it again. Yeah, but he still cannot get him off his feet.
Can't get him down. He's like the Rock of Gibraltar. Just has a jump kick.
That got him down. Let's see if he can cover him with a pin. No, sir. The big man kicked away. Roma bounced right to his feet, but Paul Roma still on the offense now. Once again, the way to the warlord. Reversed it with a power slam. And that is that. If the weight and the power of the warlord, let's get the official word.
Here is your winner, the Warlord.
What an awesome man, Alfred.
Absolutely. The huge power that he possesses prevailed in the end there, and Paul Roma, who waged a very intelligent war, came out stuck right at the end. Look at this beautifully executed power slam, everything into it, and Roma couldn't possibly shift a shoulder. A great victory for the Warlord.